Hello and welcome to the Clutch My Pearls podcast, the show where I, Emily, learn all about the adult erotic fiction that my friends are reading. I have my friends Vanessa and Barbara here.
Hi.
Hello.
Today, Vanessa is going to be helping us out. What do we have? What do we have going on?
So I have a solo read. I did The Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. I chose another mafia romance.
Ooh.
Just because I felt like we had such a good time guessing last time. And I think this was the book that I was thinking of when we were talking about it.
Okay, I love that. And this is good because I know I've read stuff by Sophie Lark, but I can't remember if I've read this one. They all start to kind of blur together.
Yeah.
So as we go along, maybe I'll be like, no, hang on, I know this. But
Yeah.
I'm excited.
She's big on TikTok. I love watching her stories. And then there's I think there might be 5 books in this series.
Yeah, I know. I recognize that, like the brutal
Birthright.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Birthright.
At the very least, I've looked them up and either read it or just moved on with my life.
The other one was the Maid series, right?
The Maid.
Yes.
And so that was that mafia, and then this one is a dark. Is this dark romance?
Yeah.
Usually a mafia romance is kind of coinciding with dark romance.
Right.
Some of them are pretty like low key and some of them are pretty like, huh.
Definitely have like some trigger warnings.
Yeah,
Okay,
know
yeah.
what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So enemies to lovers, arranged marriage.
Yeah, it takes all the guesswork out.
It really
you don't
does.
have to vet. You can just be like, whoever my parents think I should be with.
But
Great.
there's immediately tension. There's immediately like,
Yes.
who the hell is this guy? Who is
Right.
this woman? And then they have to, oh my God, I love it. It's great.
376 pages.
Okay, 376. So
Not bad.
Not long, not short. Oh yeah, we're gonna guess
we got it. This is one of my favorite parts. Is what page they fuck.
You gotta guess.
And I'm gonna say the last few times I feel like I went too far in. Like it's sooner than you think. Like there's not, especially for a dark one. But it's not. You know what? It's not first. It's the first coming. It's not the first fucking.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is it the first actual official penetration, or are we saying the first coming?
Yeah, so I included 2, but they're only 4 pages apart, and it's the same scene.
I feel like that's all I was gonna say.
Okay.
First coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go 36.
Oh my God.
Wow,
Okay, all
I
right.
think so.
I mean, it's mafia. They're living outside the law. They're a little risque.
It's
Yeah.
Birthright.
I'm going to go with page 98 for no reason other than it popped into my head, and let's see what happens.
So the thing that I included is on page 133. He gives her the knee.
Oh, the knee!
The knee, the infamous knee between the legs.
It's a little more thigh than knee.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So Emily learned about this last episode.
Yes.
Yes.
Vanessa let us know that this is like talked about on TikTok. I'm sure
Yes.
you've seen it. It's
Or
the
experience
move.
it.
It's the move where he provides his thigh, his
For
knee,
friction.
for her to do what she will with.
He allows her to saddle up to it.
Right. Right. And
Usually in a standing position, we've seen in the books, but I'm not sure how normal people
my
do it.
experience book-wise has always been standing.
Right, like up against a wall. You know, this is talked about on TikTok as well as in our social circle. After I learned about this last week, we went to a friend's birthday party.
Oh my God.
And I asked everybody. Like, she did a poll.
You're just cornering them. Get here.
Have you ever gotten the knee?
Hey, do you know about the knee? Do you know? They talk about it in these books. I'm already spreading the good word. You know.
See, I asked Eric about this. Well, I told Eric about this last night. I said, we taught Emily about the knees. Like, what are you talking about? And I said, well, it's not really the knee, but we were talking about the knee. And he was like, yeah, it sounds like it would be bony. And then I said, because he's a huge wrestling fan, I was like, is that what they call it, an elbow drop? Is that like the same kind of thing? And he didn't think that was very funny. So,
Well, Emily was trying to give Jeff the knee, and I was
Yeah.
like, it doesn't work that way.
We were basically threatening to knee each other in the junk.
that sounds exciting. That could be, who knows where that'll lead.
That is a different. That's
a different
extra
knee.
dark romance.
Okay, so let's read
192.
133, he gives her the knee.
Okay.
137, he slips it in.
So we know that this is mafia, arranged marriages, enemies to lovers.
So it takes a couple pages.
Tell us a little bit more about who we've got, like who is participating with this knee activity.
Okay,
like,
yes, we're definitely skipped ahead a little.
Is she- yeah.
She
Well,
loves
we got
to guess.
excited. We got
She loves
excited.
to guess.
I
Okay,
don't know
so
how deep we're going.
Literally.
He's no Prince Charming. Callum Griffin is heir to the Irish mafia. He's ruthless, arrogant, and he wants to kill me. We got off on the wrong foot when I set a very small fire in his house.
Very
small.
Very small.
Britney Spears burned down her gym at home. Like, it happens, you know.
Is this based on?
It is Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Our families believe a marriage pact is the only way to prevent all-out warfare, and I think I might need to murder him while he sleeps. This would be a lot easier if Callum wasn't so damn good looking. But I've got a lockbox around my heart. Even if I'm forced to marry him, I could never love a brutal prince.
Never.
I could never.
All right. So he's
Ada
Irish.
and Callum.
Okay.
And Callum's from the Irish mafia. They're kind of like more like new school gangsters. They're like politicians. They're
keeping it on the up and up.
Yes.
Infiltrating where the power really is.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So he's the only son of the Irish mob, 30, and the oldest. They're real estate, politics, gentrified gangsters is what he calls himself.
Gentrified or gingerfied?
Gentrified.
Gentrified.
Gentrified?
I got Irish on my mind.
I heard ginger, and I was about to tell you it was ginger because it's a play on what.
Right.
Well done.
Like a gentrified, like they're the Irish and they have red hair.
This is why Vanessa's going to be a writer.
Yes. He's been gentrified. Gingerbread house.
Oh my God.
So Ada's only 20.
Girl.
A little bit of a gap. And she's the youngest. She's got 3 brothers. Her mom died when she was young, just like a Disney princess.
Oh my God. Like
I've totally read this. I don't remember any of it, but I've read this. Okay.
So the Italian mob.
Sure. She's Italian mob.
Yes.
He's Irish mob.
Yes.
Romeo and Juliet.
And they're trying to prevent an all-out war because she keeps starting small fires.
Yes.
It happens. You leave a candle going. You know,
Incense, you know?
She's trying
Now,
to set the mood.
it says that he wants to kill her. How literal are we talking
No,
here?
she wants to kill him.
She wants to kill him. Well, that sounds justified.
Well,
Yeah,
so
she probably has good reason.
Yeah.
the fire, she like party crashed and was
Should have
like
invited her.
in the right.
She's 20. She's got a night out.
She was like in the library and like snooping and just happened to pick up something like a family heirloom, put it in her pocket, and then hid when she heard him coming and thought a small fire would distract him so she could leave.
I'm following the reasoning. This sounds...
She's like, if you didn't startle me, then I wouldn't have put the heirloom in my pocket.
Yes.
Right.
And then, it's actually his fault.
Men need to take responsibility for when they make you start a fire.
In your house.
Right. Stop finding me snooping and stealing your heirlooms.
Yeah.
Could you please?
Sorry. If you weren't so nosy, then I wouldn't have had to start the fire. Justified. Meanwhile, if he started the fire, we're like, fuck him, piece of shit. Like...
So they have to get married.
Well, of course he finds out it was them.
Sure, yeah.
And he beats up her brother.
Great. Love that. This is why you have a brother.
To get beat up.
Yeah. Take all the fault.
They definitely want to prevent having like a war between the families. They've lost too many family members.
Yeah.
And Callum is actually running for office. So it might actually be good for him to have the Italians on his side.
And to have like a family image.
Yes. And then he also, the two families have a common enemy with the Polish mafia. So
it's like he's proving that he can reach across the aisle. Like Republicans, Democrats coming together, Italians, Irish.
Old school, new school.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
That makes sense. I mean, he's a politician and, he puts out fires.
Do what you got to do, literally.
So definitely he thinks that they're thugs. Callum thinks that Ada and her family are thugs and doesn't really want them around because he's worried about the election, but she starts to kind of impress him a little bit with her street smarts, and they have like an engagement party.
Okay.
And she finds out at the engagement party that he's allergic to strawberries. So right before the wedding, which is like 2 weeks away from the fire, by the way.
Right. Yeah. Because you got to get it quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always, these arranged marriages, mafia romances are always like, tomorrow.
Right.
This person you just met, that's going to be your husband. Don't ask me questions.
Just take it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
This has been generations in the works.
Yeah.
Does they get anything else? The arranged marriage is just for looks. Like there's nothing else that comes along with it. Like, are they going to trade olive oil.
Well, like I said, Callum doesn't have any males in his family except for his dad.
Okay.
And Ada's family has a lot of brothers, and because of like the turmoil between their families, they've lost family members because of their like issues.
Oh, okay.
So I think, you know, he's like, we have hired help and guns, but we need somebody that's more loyal. So maybe having more family ties will
consolidate that power.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
We're stronger together.
Blood
Sure.
is thicker
Aw.
than water.
What
Yes.
a positive message.
Yes.
Uplifting.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
It's a blended family.
And you know what? She caused the fire, so she kind of needs to step up.
There's some, you know, yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Wait, there's no way to know who really started the fire. Like, you know, she just saw that there was a fire.
There was a fire. We
Yeah.
don't know. I would never assume.
She was, maybe she didn't set it at all. You know?
No, she definitely did.
Okay, she definitely did.
No,
yeah.
she definitely did.
She's 20.
She's 20. What are you going to do? Live Moss, you know?
All right, so they're going to get married, and he's like, this is business. And she's like, this is a chance for me to end you.
Basically, yeah. She's
Yeah.
looking for any opportunity to kill him. So she
Right.
starts early with the strawberries at the wedding. She eats a shit ton of them, and then they go in for the kiss. And I think
death.
to punish her a little, he kisses her extra hard in front of everybody, and he tastes it. And he swells up, and he has to be rushed to the hospital.
Oh, my God.
Do you do they describe him being swollen? Like, was it like eyes or was it like full face? Like, I want to know like how
Full
disgusting
face, I
did he
think.
look? Yeah.
I think it was pretty bad because he was pretty embarrassed.
She
just-
was like,
I just had a naughty thought.
ooh.
If you know that something swells up when it comes into contact with strawberries that you've eaten, I don't know. Are we saying 1 + 1 is 2? No? All right.
Put him down
Yeah.
south.
You have an interim of time between when you need to go to the hospital and when you can, you know.
But it's like your face swelling up and all that's because your throat's shutting down because you can't breathe. But
Yeah.
if that swells up, like
Yeah.
say she used strawberries,
Yeah. Strawberry lube.
push it up, you know, and then does that make it swell up? But I mean, he's not going to cut off breathing.
If anybody out there is a medical professional, let us know how quickly you might die, or if this is like something people can explore safely.
Like maybe you just get hives and a little puffiness.
Sure, I
Right.
would never kink shame. Okay,
No.
so if you want to like flirt with anaphylaxis, whatever that is,
Get an
You know,
EpiPen.
practice safe sex and have an EpiPen nearby.
yeah, be ready to resuscitate. Okay, so it's page 130 something.
Yeah, I
that
think
they-
we should read that.
Let's have Emily read
Because
that.
really, honestly, after that, there's really no plot.
You don't need plot. There was a fire. They're married. They maybe are going to murder each other. This sounds great.
Yeah, I think they just kind of start falling in love with each other after some jealous ex-boyfriend run-ins, some kidnappings.
Light kidnapping.
Are they spending most of their time in Italy or in Ireland?
No, they're in Chicago.
Oh, what? When did I
It's
miss
a
that?
melting
Was
pot. It's been gentrified.
Right, it's been gentrified. Yeah, okay,
we're,
right.
we're in Chicago. We're in
Okay.
Chicago.
Okay.
Okay, well, how did he get? Did he get into the politics to get elected?
Yes,
Okay, good.
We did it.
Good.
we did it.
You know what? Si se puede.
Yeah.
How far do you think you can get into this scene before you're like, whew, too much?
I feel like, I mean, it starts with the knee. That's always
Right, I hear there's the knee action.
the knee is always a little like, woo, because it's like all of us where it's the build up and it's the like passion and like feel like you only jam a knee in there if you're really, you know, wanting to
Jam a knee in there.
jam it in
Delicately.
you know, and then let her do the rest of the work. But you know, I think I mean, even just thinking about it, I'm just like, oh.
Okay, so I'll set the scene.
Okay.
Please do.
So this is literally right after he comes home from the hospital.
Oh,
she
all right.
moves into the house. Obviously, they're forced to live together,
Right.
And he's out at the pool swimming laps, and he pulls her into the water and holds her under so she can feel what it feels like to be without air.
Just a
Because-
little bit. He's, you know,
Just
Tit
a
for
little
tat.
tit for
a politician is not going to actually murder his will. Well, hang on. Hang on.
Actually, and sports stars don't do that either.
yeah. Okay.
So he's taking a shower. They're both wet from the pool.
Of course.
Oh my goodness.
She is like, I need to take a shower too.
Like, I gotta get this chlorine off.
Yeah.
I have sensitive skin.
My hair's gonna dry out.
Yeah, icky.
I feel like we covered the knee enough that I don't need to. I think that we get the gist that he puts his leg between her two legs.
And she goes to town.
And she goes to town.
Yeah.
So
this is in the shower.
oh, okay. So,
Oh,
so
okay.
this is after they went swimming. Got to get the chlorine out.
Shower is dangerous. Everyone be careful. Okay.
Yeah. And the pool's never. It's never good for.
pH levels? Come on.
Virginia is sensitive.
Thought you said something else.
Okay. I gotta get ready. Ada puts an arm around my neck, steadying herself while she lines the head of my cock. Oh my god! Up with her entrance. Her
tunnel.
with her fire exit. Like, oh my god. Then she wraps both legs around my waist as my cock slides all the way inside of her. Is this usually told from the point of view of the man?
Well, they jump back and forth, so
Okay.
this book is both.
I feel like this one and the other one, the actual penetration was told from his point of view, which I feel like is the thing where he's describing how amazing she is, which is
Always
as we all
nice to
are.
hear.
We'll find you some POVs from the girls.
Yeah,
point of
we'll have to
view.
do some research. Pull some
Emily wants
vlogs.
girl POV.
Okay, we'll get you one.
I just want to, know how it is for her.
Asking for a friend.
Yes.
How's she feeling?
I grip her thick ass with both hands, my fingers digging into her cheeks. I hold her up as she starts to ride me. God, y'all. Her arms locked around my neck, her soap slippery body grinding against mine. I just think of it just like
Slippery.
Oops. It's like he has to grip so hard that his fingers are digging into her cheeks.
Digging.
And that that always feels good too, where you're like, ow, I'm gonna have a bruise, but then maybe she wants it.
She wants a bruise.
Dark romance. That's right.
Yep.
As hot as the shower might be, her pussy is even hotter. Oh my. Now, also, they're in the shower. How many shower heads we got? Because there's always someone who isn't
They're
getting
rich.
the warm water.
They got a big old shower.
All over the place.
I
Yeah.
have faith that he's got great.
They don't. Yeah, they don't mention it, but I'm sure it's.
They aren't like us normies with just like a one shower
They have
head.
They have staff,
Oh, okay.
so it's a good shower. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, good.
As hot as the shower might be, with plenty of water pressure too.
Great water pressure. The perfect.
Yeah, like her pussy's even hotter than that, though.
Wow.
It clenches around my cock, squeezing me on the inward and outward motion of the thrust. I was wrong in my assumption that Ada isn't athletic. That's fucked up.
That's rude.
That body shaming, not cool. She's riding me with a vigor and enthusiasm of a sexual Olympian. Now that makes sense. He's like, you know what? I didn't think that you were athletic at all, but gold medal, baby.
Gold medal.
Gold medal. And what makes him think that she's not athletic? She sets fires.
She just-
snoops.
She's 20. Like, yeah.
Automatically
Her
athletic.
hips don't bother her yet.
There are just some earlier scenes where she's like being like lazy.
Okay.
You know, I don't think he's body shaming her. I think he's just saying like she just doesn't seem like the type that
Is going to put the work
knows
in.
where the running shoes are.
That is going to, yeah, but she fucks like an Olympian, though.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't
So she
need-
is athletic.
And you don't need running shoes for that.
No.
And you should be lazy because you just have to protect your body.
You got to store up for this.
I think that's where Ada gets her exercise.
Good for her.
Hot sex.
You know what?
Good for her.
Yeah. And in the shower, so it's 2 in 1. She's getting clean. And she's not in the pool, so she's balancing her pH.
Also, I forgot to mention there are illustrations in this book.
There
What?
are illustrations.
Illustrations?
You're about to get it into one.
What?
So keep reading.
I'm scandalized. What? Okay.
Illustrations?
They're not. I have to contain myself.
They're not X-rated. I mean, they're,
Okay. She's slamming down on me over and over. The intensity of the strokes and the heat of the shower is making me dizzy. You better be careful because a lot of accidents happen in the shower.
They truly do. And if he's getting dizzy, he needs to go ahead and sit down.
Yeah, take a seat.
Callum
still-
has obviously never taken an everything shower.
Yeah, clearly. The strawberries are getting to him.
But there's no fucking way I'm tapping out. I press her back up against the glass wall and fuck her all the harder, determined to prove that I can dish it back to her twice as heavy. That's going to also adjust her back, too. Like
Sure.
that, if he's, boom, boom, like that. Oh, my God. Oh, Cal. I'm wringing the climax out of her. It's going on and on, drawn out by every stroke of my cock. It's so fucking sexy seeing that rebellious expression wiped off her face. That's something I noticed with these, is that they're always like, I'm gonna fuck the attitude out of you.
She's gonna learn to anticipate. I don't even know what their goal is, but they're like,
oh my god, I found the illustration.
all right, what is it? Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Let me see it again. Let me see. Okay.
I'm just not used to
Reasonable
seeing it.
sudsy.
You can kinda
Do we see?
it on
It's
there.
cute.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, okay, so she's facing him. This whole time I was imagining from behind.
Wow, were you?
Legs
I
wrapped
am.
around him? Girl.
I don't know.
She's getting flustered.
Yeah, she is.
I am flustered. I get distracted. I'll read. See, I'll read the stuff, but then like my eyes will wander, and I'm like, oh, there's like cock in the next sentence. Like,
See, I know that you get real excited when you start saying "fuck" with like this
that's
accent.
like, I mean, like that dude. That's how he says it.
yeah.
Like,
No, you're right. You're right.
for sure. Anybody that talks like that, and referred to it's like the cock. Well, she does look like an Olympian, you know, and she could apparently fuck like one.
Good for them.
Good for them, you know. And he fucked the rebellious nature out of her. She's not
Yeah,
gonna start fires.
there's a nice little foot shot for people that are into that. No judgment, but
There it is.
I won't, but others will judge. So
Yeah.
you know,
She's got it good, and any fire she starts, like, you now know it's just for attention. Like, it's just that you're not giving her enough attention, so she's gonna set the fires, as she should, you know.
but now that was his strategy. Is now it's our home, so you don't want to burn down your own home unless you're Britney Spears.
Right. You know, sometimes you leave a candle burning and you
Valid.
just go, sorry.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? Let's rebuild it.
That's what insurance is for.
Yeah, that's true.
I think. I don't really know. I'm not gonna find out.
I don't know. That's
No fires.
yeah.
Just ask
love-
for sex.
I love in mafia romance when there's just like some light kidnapping, some
Yeah.
run-ins with like super jealous exes. There's
Yeah.
always some sort of. It's never just like, and they went grocery shopping.
Yeah, no, they don't grocery shop.
No,
Right.
Well, they're rich, you know.
Yeah.
So
I get. Yeah, they definitely get it delivered and then put away, and then probably don't even eat much. I mean, they have to though because they're athletes.
she's an Olympian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she eats.
She needs to. Yeah. Oof.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, how do you think that you actually? I'm all flustered. Do you think that you read this book, or is it just one of those things where you're like, I've read this book, but I don't have this specific book?
I really feel like I've read this book. Something about the three brothers. Something about the strawberries.
Yeah.
because that's a specific.
Yeah, there's strawberries on the cover of the book.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
really think I've read this one. I could check my Kindle, I guess, but seems like I gotta work. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things that you read so many of them,
They blend.
they really start to blend.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, they follow the same sort of formula. You know what you're here for.
Yeah.
But that's why you keep coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this book, Vanessa?
Yeah,
What's
I liked
what's
it.
your
You liked
review?
it?
So often I feel like I read the mafia romance and they always have like this crazy story and this like aha and all these things that are going on, and sometimes it just seems a little much. I like a good story, but it's
Yeah.
also like,
Get to the point.
yeah, I'm here for the romance.
Here for the-
not really like
yeah.
the zoning, whatever, and like
Yeah.
drugs and the guns.
You don't really want to know how he's doing in the polls for the election.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
someone said, you really need to have some substance with this, and you're like,
No.
the substance is
This.
the smut.
Yeah.
That's the whole cake.
Yeah.
So, do we feel like this book is more plot than porn, or porn? Wait, porn with plot or plot with porn?
I say it's 50-50.
It's a good balance, I
Yeah.
feel like.
Yeah.
Especially with mafia romances, it's like the ones like nowadays. Like if you're reading something from like Nora Roberts back in the day or something like that, like you're going to find like, and there were ghosts. Like, I don't know. There's always going to be some like weird like plot.
Yeah.
with it,
Yeah.
But nowadays, especially with like Kindle Unlimited, there's just, you know what you're getting.
Yeah. I feel like you need plot, obviously, to make them fall in love.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's arranged and they were enemies. You know what I mean? So you need some sort of plot to push them there. But I don't need a whole lot.
I read
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I liked it.
Yeah. So, what would you rate it out of 5 stars? And then I'm interested to get into like the reviews.
I don't know, 3 stars. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Stars.
Yeah. I'm
I-
not
I
thinking
mean-
about Callum.
Sure.
Yeah.
The knee scene did not stick with me. Clearly, it's forgettable, but enjoyable.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good time.
Yeah. I love the snarky character, the strawberries, and
Yeah. Just a little light murder. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, like kind of like carefree and, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what do the good people at Goodreads think about this?
What people say when they hate it.
It's really hard to find like short 1-star reviews
They write
because
novels.
I'm like,
They're like,
you
this is
hate
my
it?
Truly. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you literally every thought. Here's what I was wearing when I was reading it, and here's my like they go off.
Yeah, I was like, these are too long to read. You
Yeah.
hated it, but you have a lot to say.
I condense
So
a lot.
I picked some of my favorite. Paulina wishes she was illiterate.
Oh my god.
So that she
Paulina said,
just
"I don't ever want to read again." That's how
Yeah.
bad this book was.
definitely.
Reasonable. Okay.
I wish I bought this book and then discovered I couldn't read.
Oh my god.
Paulina is allergic to strawberries. Clearly,
Yeah.
this is a lot for her.
She was
Okay.
triggered. Sama. What is the concept of making heroine spoiled brat and childish? Also, she doesn't have dignity or self-respect. I felt sorry for the hero, not her. She's really disgusting.
Oh, okay.
Girl.
I was
Like,
girl.
blown
She's
away
an
by this.
Olympian. Like,
Yeah, like, he didn't even think that she was an athlete, and she ended up being an Olympian. Like, how?
the 20-year-old mafia princess is not dignified enough for me. I mean, like, all right, you know.
She starts fires.
She's spoiled brat.
Yeah.
She's a wild child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How else is she going to distract you from her snooping around? Other than
Yeah.
setting a fire.
What is this like? I wouldn't want her to date my son. Well, that's not gonna happen. So
Yeah,
don't worry about
she's
it.
married.
She's fucking Callum in the shower.
Literally.
Okay, Glinda.
Ah.
She Googled the top 10 reasons for homicide, and this book was the
Stop.
first one.
Oh my god, she does her research.
Glenda, I thought that was the good witch. Oh my god.
She hated it.
What? Google
Wait,
top
10 reasons for homicide. Glinda, who did you murder? Who did you end?
My god. Like, she's like, yeah, I've been doing my research, and most reasons why people kill is because they read this book.
This book. This is maybe why I blocked it out.
Maybe, yeah. That's why other people wish
Barbara
that they
couldn't go to
were-
jail.
For
they
other
wish that they
safety.
were illiterate so that they don't kill someone.
Right.
Because if they could read, they would read this book and then kill someone.
Right,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Only you can prevent book-related homicides. Oh my god.
So the last one, Sarita. I really need to start choosing self-care and DNFing books because what the fuck was this? These are some good ones.
Oh my god.
I really need to start choosing self-care. Someone's in therapy.
When
Someone's
she-
learning.
When she
Setting
clicked
boundaries.
Yes.
she was like, let me look at some self-help books for a minute before I dip back in.
Oh my god.
This has changed. This is life-changing. This is a life-changing book for some people. Some people murder. Some people don't read anymore.
It's so much that you'll block it out.
Yeah.
You'll never see strawberries the same way.
Never.
I mean, I just love a straightforward mafia romance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking for too much. Apparently, these people are looking for things that I'm not looking for. That's fine. That's valid.
Right.
But, I enjoyed it, and then I moved on with my life.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, you're reading a book called Brutal Prince.
Yeah.
I don't think that the lead, the 20-year-old, is gonna be.
The character development was not to my taste. All right.
Yeah.
Valid, but also all right.
How many spoiled mafia princesses do you know?
Right. Yeah. All the ones that I've run into are very dignified.
Yeah. But most politicians are very dignified.
Oh, yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
They're not allergic to strawberries. I'll tell you that right now.
That's
no,
weak,
no.
Callum.
He had to show her
Who's
like
boss?
what it was like to not breathe after he couldn't breathe from the let's not totally miss that part. But he's like, it's like if you left a cabinet door open and he bumped his head on it. Does he now slam your head into the corner of the wall?
Well, I don't know about slam,
but bump.
but he might start leaving some things in your path to trip you.
Well, eating strawberries before you kiss a man allergic to strawberries is different than someone accidentally bumping their head into a cabinet.
I mean, sure.
She's a wild 20-year-old.
She's so undignified.
What are you gonna do?
She's disgusting.
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 I love it.
I love this.
If you've read this and you thought it was disgusting, let us know.
Yeah.
Yes. Let us know. Let us know what you think. Let us,
Have you tried the strawberry trick? Would you? I mean, just give us your thoughts.
does this make you want to murder?
We won't judge. We won't report.
No.
Well,
It depends.
I mean, if you put it in writing.
If you put it in
Yeah,
like fanfic.
yeah.
Maybe.
yeah, let us know that book.
Yeah, let us know. That was fun, y'all. This was a good one. What was it called again?
Brutal Prince by
Brutal Prince.
Sophie Lark.
Sophie Lark.
Sophie Lark.
Yeah.
Read it. Let us know. You can follow us on Clutch My Pearls Pod on all social media platforms. You can email us at clutchmypearlspod@gmail.com to let us know what you think we should read. What I want to know some of the y'all's 1-star reviews. Let us know what your Goodreads account is, and we can see what you've been reading and posting about. And
Yeah.
all that. Anything else y'all got?
No, that should do it. This was a good little one.
All right, girls, turn your Kindles off. Let's go to bed.
Bye.